In this video, I am going to go over the directions for you to complete the Padlet activity. The first thing you need to do is think about what you learned about the physical characteristics of the Earth. Physical features, climate, natural resources, and natural hazards. So you're going to think about those and you are going to create something called a scenario. A scenario is kind of like a short story about something that could happen. You're going to write very short scenarios about how you could be influenced by one of the four physical characteristics. First, I want to go over just a couple things that you need to know before you write these scenarios. First, these scenarios must be in the first person. That means you use words like I, we, or us. Your scenario has to be realistic. It has to actually be able to take place in the real world. So nothing silly or stuff that couldn't really happen. And lastly, your scenario must be at least 4 complete sentences long. So just keep those in mind. Let me show you what I kind of want you to do with this. So let me give you a few examples. Here's one that I wrote. I was thinking of moving to Alaska. Everybody says it's great there. There are some really great schools, lots of wildlife too. Then someone told me the weather there has been pretty cold for hundreds of years, so I decided against it. That's a little scenario. Now, since you just read this scenario, now you have to guess which of the 4 physical characteristics of the Earth was I talking about. Now, as I go through it, I will tell you that I was talking about climate, because I refer to the weather over hundreds of years. Let's take a look at another one that I did. You know, I love warm weather. I also hate the cold and snow. I love the ocean too. For a long time, I was thinking about moving to Hawaii. Then I did some research there and discovered there's a live volcano on the main island. Okay, which of the 4 was I talking about? If you guessed natural hazards, you'd be right, because I was talking about a volcano. So if we take a look at these, you'll see that both of them use the first person. I use the word I. You can see that they're both realistic. And you can see that each of them is 4 sentences long. And it can be more than that, of course. That's what you're going to do. You're going to create those. One scenario for each of the 4 characteristics. Once you've written them down, then you'll move to the next step.